It is game day, week 12. The Ravens travel out west to face Ravens West, better known as the Los Angeles Chargers or as the Los Angeles Ravens, as a lot of the Ravens personnel, coaches, former players are now with brother Jim, the younger of the two, in Los Angeles, bolting up with the Chargers. Go Chargers, go! Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. I got the preview for you. 7-4 Ravens travel to LA, SoFi Stadium. I know the flock is going to be out there heavy in a pre-Thanksgiving brother versus brother showdown. 7-4 Ravens face the 7-3 Chargers. Sack that subscribe button, give it a Derrick Henry stiff arm, hit that like button, and go ahead, bulldoze that bell like King Henry. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know your prediction for the game, and let me know what you're looking forward to seeing tonight. Give me your keys, your X factor, and if you're at the game, leave your favorite Thanksgiving food, your favorite side dish, your favorite thing that you're looking forward to on Thanksgiving, your favorite emoji, good, bad. Just leave a comment down below. It helps us out tremendously as we get into this preview. And I will also be live before the game with a pregame stream. I'm going to have a very special guest for that. We will be breaking down the latest news and notes and the injury report going into the game for Monday night, seeing as though it's a later start. And we will be doing a live stream of the Ravens versus the Chargers during the game as well. So make sure you hit that bell to know when all of that stuff drops as well. Ravens and Chargers, let us get into it. No need to waste any more time. The Ravens, yet again, are favored on the road against a team that has a better record. And like I said, Ravens are 2.5-point favorites. 50.5 is the over-under. A lot of predictors had the Ravens as the favorite. And you see, Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert. It starts with not only the coaches who are brothers, but the two quarterbacks, two of the best in the AFC. Lamar Jackson, 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Pretty much will probably break the 3,000-yard threshold tonight. Justin Herbert, 2186, 13 touchdowns, 1 interception. Greg Roman, the former offensive coordinator of the Ravens, is going to be the offensive coordinator. And like I said, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Bradley Bozeman, Hayden Hurst, even though he's been banged up. This is going to be the third matchup between John and Jim in the regular season. But John actually mentioned he beat Jim in a preseason game when he was with the 49ers in 2014. So he's 3-0. The football, when he played him in the Super Bowl, obviously, and then they met in the regular season as well. So he's 3-0, including the preseason against his brother as well. We know the Harbaugh, that is going to be the big thing today that everyone's going to be listening to. Everyone's going to be talking about how do these two teams match up. And honestly speaking, I was worried about this game before the season. I know the Ravens and Chargers, we can go over the history real quick, have played before. They played last year, about a year to the day, basically the 26th of last year, 2023, where the Ravens beat the Chargers 20-10. In 2021, they beat them 34-17 as well. They actually lead the series 9-6. Baltimore has outscored the Los Angeles Chargers 324-275. So there you go there with the series as well. On the injury front, it looks like it's going to be unlikely. I think the biggest story all week was the health of Roquan Smith. It's looking unlikely like he's going to play, in my opinion. Hamstrings are tricky. We just saw another guy suffering from a hamstring. Mike Evans missed the last 3 games. Actually got hurt against the Ravens. Dak Prescott, his hamstring got ripped off the bone completely. He's out for the year because he needs surgery. It's a tricky injury. You don't want to rush anybody back because it only makes things worse. We may not see Roquan until after the bye at the earliest, just based on he hasn't practiced all week. It's a hamstring. He has to move laterally. It's going to be very, very tough for him to play, I think, tonight in LA at SoFi. So looks like we will have Justice Hill back. He passed concussion protocol. Travis Jones looks like he's on track to play as well. Like I mentioned, I will be live before the game, so we'll get all the latest and updates on the injury front with the Baltimore Ravens. As mentioned, the Chargers and the Ravens, the series is 9-6, Baltimore as well. And I believe the one matchup was the AFC wildcard game in 2019, Lamar's first season, where the Chargers won 23-17. So it's a close series. And I was nervous about this. I'm still nervous about this game. And unfortunately, I think the Ravens are going to lose. And I say that because I just think the Chargers are. I think Jim wants this. I just feel like Jim and his team is going to want this more than maybe the Ravens. Now, the Ravens do usually bounce back well after a loss. So that is going to be something we have to look forward to. Like I said, this preview is pretty basic. Wanted to give you a little bit of the history. As mentioned, Harbaugh 2-0 against his brother in the regular season and playoffs, 3-0 overall, including the postseason. Two of the best coaches in all of football. You can't really hate. You can't really be mad at what they do, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, these are two of the better coaches in all of football. All Jim does is win. John Harbaugh has been a model of consistency. I know a lot of Ravens players want him gone, but it's really, really crazy to think that we're getting this matchup again because we did not know if Jim would be back in the NFL. And it's funny how it worked out that these two teams are on the schedule together and they're meeting yet again for bragging rights and really battling it out. The Chargers are second in their division, trying to catch the Chiefs and the Ravens. With the Steelers loss on Thursday, now have a chance to still win a division. All hope is not lost, Ravens fans, but it does not get any easier. You got the Chargers, we got the Eagles, then you have a bye. You got the Steelers, Browns again, Texans on Christmas Day. So let's get to the keys. My first key offensively, no turnovers. Don't turn the ball over. Secondly, no offensive penalties. Can we not get any holdings? Can we not get any illegal men downfield? Can we not get any illegal blocking backs? Can we not get any of that information or penalties? Please, no turnovers and no penalties. Third, Lamar, use your legs. We've seen over the last few weeks, Lamar has not run as much. Been a little hesitant maybe, looking to throw. We love it, but this may be a game where you got to run 7 to 10 times. Keep them honest as a defense. We've seen Josh Allen do it when he played the Chiefs last week. Saw Jane Daniels do it yesterday. He used his legs a little more. Like I said, Lamar, 4 to 5 times a game, use your legs. Once a quarter. Move the chains. That's all we ask. And honestly, that'll get us a long way. Next, I need Henry to rush for over 100 yards. I think Henry is going to be the key in this game also, making sure that he is able to get going, run the football, give it to Henry, let him do what he does. Give him 20 to 25 carries minimum. Let's get him over 100 yards. And lastly, use the play action. They're going to be up on you defensively. Derwin James, we know they're going to bring some pressure with Bosa. They have Khalil Mack. Is he going to play? We'll see. Use play action. Zay over the top. Bateman, Andrews, likely. Keaton Mitchell's back. Justice Hill's playing. Use your weapons. Use that play action. Use Lamar on the move. Use the run pass option to get you opportunities. They're going to be looking to stop the run. Use that to your advantage. Defensively, secondary, continue to communicate well. We saw it last week with our Darius Washington now playing with Kyle Hamilton. We have Tre'Davious White made a good impact. Marlon Humphrey still there. Nate Wiggins. Brandon Stevens, I want to see less of, hopefully, this game. Just communicate well. I'm very afraid of Lat McConkey because he can do things like Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, especially on third down, and even Quentin Johnston having a good bounce-back season as well. Will Disley, the tight end in the middle, no Roquan. That is going to be tough. Secondly, keep Herbert in the pocket. Don't let him beat you with your legs. Herbert is a very underrated runner. That's how they came back last week against the Bengals and won, him using his legs. The Ravens and Dak Ward are going to have to do something to keep him contained. Know your rush lanes. Have rush lane discipline. Thirdly, tackle well. They don't really have a lot of guys that are burners, but you don't want to give them big plays. They like to throw the ball deep. Tackle well. Lastly, get off the field on third down. Well, second to lastly, penultimately, get off the field on third down. I talked about McConkey. I talked about Disley, Quentin Johnston. Don't let these guys get hot because this offense can put up points in bunches. Got to get off the field on third down. And lastly, keep them under 100 yards rushing. JK, Gus, we know they're going to try to get back at you. Ravens, for what you did or didn't do, bringing them back. Make sure you hold them under 100 yards rushing. We don't need a repeat. We don't need them doing both well, running and passing. We got to kind of make them one-dimensional, and I think if you can make them throw more, maybe Herbert makes a mistake, your defense can take advantage. Special teams, no penalties, no blocks, no holding, no illegal blocking the backs, none of that. We don't need any of that. No, none of that, please. So no penalties on special teams. That will be imperative to being a big part of this victory. I think this game could come down to special teams. We talk about it each and every week. We talk about it each and every game. Special teams, special teams, special teams. All three phases as I froze inexplicably. No penalties. And lastly, Justin Tucker, make your kicks and PATs, please. The conditions will be pretty good. Looking at the weather, it's Southern California, so it will be 62 degrees and cloudy. So clear in Inglewood, 62 degrees. It'll be beautiful. So that shouldn't be a problem there as well. It will be very intriguing to see, like I said, if it is a 50-yarder, a 47-yarder, a 45-yard field goal. Does Harbaugh have confidence in Tucker? I think you kind of have to, at least early, the first quarter. If it's 45, 50 yards, I'm going to kick it just to see if he can make it. Now, if it's anything over 50, I'm either considering going for it or I'm considering punting. That's just me. But I'm leaning towards the Chargers in this game. I think the Chargers at home, I know it's not a home field advantage. I think the way that they're playing right now, it's very, very important. It's very, very imperative to see what happens. The Ravens are number one offense overall, 2 in the run, 3 in the pass, 2 in scoring. The defense of the Ravens is probably the problem. That's the issue for them. The Chargers actually are giving up the least points in the league. So if they're not giving up a lot of points, this could be a lower scoring game, kind of like a 27-23 Chargers victory. I'm leaning like 27-23, 4 points. I think that's what I'm leaning towards. Chargers 27, Ravens 23. Like I said, J.K. Dobbins against the Ravens run defense will be very, very important to watch. Lamb McConkley had a career-high 123 yards on 6 catches against Cincinnati, a big 28 and 27-yard reception to help set up winning touchdowns. Like I said, Dobbins has 726 yards and 8 touchdowns in 10 games. I'm sure that, like I said, the Ravens only averaging 77.5. So if the Ravens can keep them in that 75 to 85 range, I'll be happy with that as well. As mentioned, no Roquan Smith. Kyle Hamilton, like I said, Malik Harrison probably will be on the field first down, but second and third down, I need a big game from Trent Simpson. I need to see maybe, do they put in a guy like Stevens, maybe in the middle, kind of more in that linebacker aspect? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him because he doesn't really tackle that well either. So I would see less plays from him possibly as well. So, like I said, Derrick Henry needs to get going in this game. I think it's very, very important for Derrick Henry to get going over 100 yards. Lamar Jackson 6-2 on Monday Night Football with 20 touchdown passes, no interceptions as well. So that's important. Lamar does great in prime time. We've seen him last time on Monday night, 5 touchdown passes against the Buccaneers. Jackson 5 performance, 6-2 on Monday night is fantastic. I think Harbaugh's record is very, very good in primetime games. I think he's very, very good on Monday night as well. Obviously, him and Lamar are tied at the hip, but even before Lamar, on Monday night and in primetime games, especially at home, even though it's on the road, Harbaugh does pretty well. And I know all you people that want Harbaugh to go, look at Tomlin. He can't beat the Browns. He's 0-8 on Thursday night games. So it is what it is. Like I said, I will be alive tonight to discuss this game. I'll be giving you the up to the second preview, predictions, latest injury report, and overall latest happenings in the community across the Ravens wire, across the wire in general, with all the Ravens, with the Chargers, and Harbaugh. Yes, that will be about 2 hours, hour and a half before the game starts. Unfortunately, I'm picking against the Ravens. I do see them falling to 7-5. This will be their 4th conference loss, unfortunately. But I think they still have a chance now to win the division. Like I said, even if they lose, Pittsburgh could lose to Cincinnati this coming week. But I think the Chargers win 27-23, unfortunately. But like I said, I will be live with the pregame, and I'll be live during the game with the Ravens-Chargers live stream and the Ravens-Chargers pregame live stream as well. Sound off in the comment section. Sack that subscribe button, stiff on that subscribe button like Derrick Henry. Sack that bell. Make sure you bulldoze that bell. Stick that like button. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What are you looking forward to tonight? Will you be watching the game? What are you doing on Thanksgiving? What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Keys to the game. Anything I missed? Your favorite emoji? Anything in the comment section after this video is published helps us out tremendously. And it'll be greatly appreciated. God's favorite host. Fortunately, I'm going with the Ravens loss 27-23, but we'll talk about it with the pregame and live stream of the game here on the Flex Zone Podcast. I'll see you then. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see what happens with the Ravens in SoFi. If you're going to the game, have fun. Be safe.